welcome everybody to the special edition. Still is pre-snap. I know we're not on Sunday. We're doing a Monday edition since the game is tonight. Luther Dupree joined as always. Claudio Rosano, Smokin Jim Frazier's on here by phone. What's going on, fellas? How you doing, Claudio? Jim?
Everything's good. Everything's good. What's happening?
All right. Jim, how you feel?
I feel good, Luther.
All right, let's jump into this real quick. The Jets game, I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was. Jets jumped out on them real quick. Beanie Bishop with the interception of the year so far. One-handed reach back, changed the whole game up. One play can do that. I was very impressed. Russell Wilson showed that he's truly a student of the game. He was struggling for a couple series. The crowd was booing, and then he turned it up. 264 yards later, 3 touchdowns, and we got a big victory. Jim, real quick, your thoughts on the game? I think you were a little wrong on your score, huh?
Well, I tell you what, Lou. The one thing I try to do is learn. I learned a lot from you and Claudio each and every week. But what I did not know was that Will Chamberlain and Arnold Palmer had so much in common.
Oh.
Listen, man. I look at it this way, Lou, and Claudio can back me up. Vince Lombardi said every play executed right is supposed to design to go for a touchdown. And if the Detroit Lions can score 52 points, the Pittsburgh Steelers can score 52 points. So I don't think I was that far off on my score.
Just about 20-something points. Just about 25 points, Jim. Yeah.
The coaches got to do better. But I tell you what, man, I love what I see from Russell Wilson. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, especially from the neck up. This is a guy that we need in Pittsburgh. Nothing against Justin Fields, because I love him too. But Justin Fields is a quiet guy. He couldn't lead silent prayer. And Pittsburgh Steelers have always had a vocal leader that when they had successful quarterbacks. And Russell Wilson is a vocal leader. He's a guy, he's out there every week. Extra practice, before practice with George Pickens. These guys know what they're supposed to do. And from the offensive line to the coaches to all the players, because Russell Wilson puts in that communication, man. He's really gifted in that area.
Okay. All right. Claudia, your thoughts on the game?
I thought the Jets were doing well at the beginning. They had some momentum. They used running back Reese well, like I said they should. And then all of a sudden, they got out of it. And I blame everything on, really, I should blame management, front office, for allowing Aaron Rodgers to take control of everything, okay? His body language was bad. He's a great front runner. As soon as he gets behind, he's down, throws bad passes, makes mistakes. I don't know. I think it was bad to get him. It just wasn't a good move, and it's proven. I said that at the beginning. I think it's proven to not be a good move. Steelers did what they had to do. And now, as far as Russ is concerned, Russell Wilson, at the beginning, sure, he was rusty. Everybody's booing him. I mean, any of us, when we do something, especially physical or mental, when we get right back into it, we're going to be rusty. But he did pick it up right away. I'm still going to say, okay, with one game, Russell Wilson did great. Is the offensive line going to allow him to be Russell Wilson? The only reason why I said Justin Fields was a better option for the Steelers was because he can maneuver. Now he can't, but he can maneuver. Russell Wilson needs time to be Russell Wilson. They gave it to him against the Jets. Hopefully they can continue that.
Okay. Yeah, my sentiment is exactly, let's jump in here real quick. Terry French is in here. What's up, Terry? The Jets are a mess. That's what you get with a prima donna quarterback running the team. That's for sure. You know my thoughts about Aaron Rodgers. Trash. I'm all in on Russie. Now the team is playing like the Steelers should be playing. Love that moon ball. All right, Frank Jackson, smoke, no scores suck. All right. Hey, Jim, what you got for us your first attempt with Smokin Jim?
Well, I tell you what, Luther and Claudio, and I got to agree with Claudio that Justin Fields did not do anything to lose the job. Again, it's Montana versus Steve Young. You're going to like both quarterbacks. The only difference is these two quarterbacks are friends. They share information with one another. And I tell you what, man, I predicted before the season that the Pittsburgh Steelers are lifted the curse. I said because of Russell Wilson, the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. I didn't say they was going to win it. I said they're going to the Super Bowl. And now if they win tonight against the New York Giants, they will be in first place ahead of the Baltimore Ravens. And you can't ask for anything more than that at this point in the year.
Okay. All right. I like that. Short and sweet. All right, Claudio, what you got for us? What's your huddle up today about?
Even though Kansas City is Kansas City, they're not Kansas City, okay? Anybody can win this. The Steelers definitely have an opportunity. They have all the weapons to make some noise in the postseason, to get to the postseason and make some noise. They have the quarterback. They need the offensive line to do their job. They have a big-time running back. They got the receiver. Well, they got one. The receivers are okay, but they do have some weapons. All right, now, the defense is the defense. I'm going to put it all on the coaching staff. If they are going to go all the way, or at least make some noise in the postseason, it is up to the coaching staff to elevate where they need elevated, to calm down what needs calmed down, to put people in the right lane if they get out of the lane. It's all up to the coaches right now. You stand back, you look at the weapons that you have, and turn things up, as I always say, turn it up. And if they do week by week, take it one game at a time, as cliche as that is, okay, leave it out on the field. And the coaches have to develop a team personality, and they have to discipline where discipline is needed. They have to encourage where encourage is needed. They have to do better play calling, in my opinion, offensively. And if they do all those things, they have a shot to make some noise. But for me, I think the players are in place, I think, and it's all up to the coaches now.
Okay. Got you. Hey, let's jump back in. I'm going to do mine in a minute. Jason Thomas, Russ is just a real dude. Great stepdad. Okay. Jason, Jim sounds like a damn witch. How you put a curse on a franchise? Stop it, buddy. Terry, last year Russ was fine, but he didn't have a receiver like GP or defense at the level of this year. Not to mention coaching like Tomlin. We can do this. Terry's all in. Okay. Listen, I want to talk about my prophetic thoughts. Here's what I believe. Watching the games yesterday, the Ravens took a bad loss to the Browns. They had a bad loss to the Raiders. Everybody talks about playing down to somebody's level. Listen, Claudio, you're a coach. Jim, you played on some great coaches. Sometimes you're going to have a letdown. This is the NFL. Everybody's great. You don't bring your A game, the Panthers can beat you. Well, maybe not the Panthers, but most competent NFL teams can beat you. That's what happened to the Ravens yesterday, and the Browns pulled an upset. Now, if the Steelers do what they have to do and don't follow suit against the Giants, they can take a nice lead going into the bye week and then get ready for Washington. But I get so tired of people saying, oh, it's a letdown game. No, this is the NFL. Everybody, the difference between a great team and a bad team, maybe one or two plays, somebody losing focus. Anybody can beat everybody. All these trap games or a Tomlin letdown or a Harbaugh letdown game, every team has them. Kansas City has lost to the Raiders. They had a chance to lose yesterday to the Raiders, and the Raiders are nowhere near their level. So stop with all this letdown games. You don't play your game, you can lose. Stop blaming it on coaches and all this other crap. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. If you don't play your right game, it's going to blow up in your face. All right, let's jump into this. Lee, best decision Tomlin ever made was starting Russ. The worst decision was firing Todd. Lee, stop with this Todd Haley love fest. This man's been going 10 years. Get out of here. Todd Haley wasn't that great. How many Super Bowls did they win with him? None. So stop all that, Lee. You're way off with that. All right, let's jump into the game as we get ready. Steelers O versus Giants offense. Jim, you still with us? Or you jump off real quick? Who do you have, and who has the advantage? Oh, he's still on.
Steelers O and the Vikings D.
Giants. Steelers O versus the Giants D.
Well, one thing, just to piggyback on what you said, Lou, and I agree with you 100%. Anytime you got a MVP quarterback that can't throw the football consistently, accurately on the last drive, you're going to lose. That's why Lamar Jackson's never been to a Super Bowl. Put the ball in his hands with the game on the line, you might as well give it an L.
But it's Jim. Facts say different. Facts say different.
I said before the season. I said during the draft, Steelers needed to draft Cooper DeJean. Not only is he starting for the Philadelphia Eagles, he's leading the NFL punt returns of 14-yard average. But the Steelers went over my head to draft another guy who can't play offensive tackle in this league. But I give the advantage because of Russell Wilson. I give the advantage to the Steelers over the Giants D, even though they got Lawrence, who's the baddest man in football, playing defensive line.
Baddest man in football? What?
Man, would you want to block him? Would you want to block him, Luke?
No, it's a big boy. No, you definitely need help. You definitely need help with that guy. But baddest man in football, come on, Jim, you're way off with that now. The baddest man in football might be on our team, but Lawrence is a tough player, man, leading the league in sacks, and I think he can cause some problems for us. But so you're saying Steelers has the advantage, Jim?
Russell Wilson, yes, sir.
Oh, he's on the Steelers offense, right?
Yes, sir.
Claudio, your thoughts on this? Steelers that's the
defense is a little crazy. Plus, it's connected to the Giants offense, who gets off the field pretty quick. But their pass defense, as far as the cornerbacks and all against the pass, is not very good at all. They've only had one interception, which is not very good at all. But the crazy thing is they're fifth in quarterback hits and first in sacks. So, there's quite a difference there. And I'm not sure how to take that kind of defense. So either they're going to have a pretty good game or they're going to get blown out. There's no in between. As far as the Steelers offense is concerned, again, I use the word weapons all the time. If you allow Russ to be Russ, he's going to be all right. He's got tight ends. He's got one good receiver. He can throw to Harris out of the backfield. Two tight ends, one wide receiver, and a backfield guy who can catch and run. That's not bad. Harris, 2 straight 100 games. Everybody's up and down on him. I've never been down on him once. I believe in him. I would, Luther, you said it. You'd have given him the contract before somebody else. I forget who you said, to Fryermuth, I believe you said, right?
Right.
I'm with you. So I like Najee Harris. You got Warren back there. So, and I'm going to say Pickens, who, I'm not crazy about him off the field and his antics, even on the field antics. I think he has a shot to have a big game against this defensive backfield. So I definitely give the and Russ, the rust is gone from Russ. I'm definitely the advantage to the Steeler offense.
Yeah, you know what, Claudio, I definitely agree with you. I got the advantage to the Steelers offense. I think Russ, what we saw was a professional quarterback. He was able to change the plays at the line of scrimmage, look at the defense, make the adjustments, and he didn't get down on himself. He was struggling. He was throwing curveballs for about 3 drives in a row. And then once he had that big hit to Pickens, it kind of settled him down, and the rest of the offense. They were missing those big plays, and that's what he does. I think Terry said it earlier, that moon ball was excellent. I think Pickens can have a great game. I think Najee can go over 100 yards again for the 3rd straight game. Ever since Warren got back, he's been running harder and harder, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. If we can get Calvin Austin going, I still would like to get another receiver. Van Jefferson is what Van Jefferson is, just a guy. He's not the guy we need. Trying to make him or Scotty Miller or Calvin Austin a number 2 is not it. Those are wide receiver 3s at best to me. But we'll see. But I definitely have the Steelers with the advantage. Let's jump into the comments real quick. Man, we had a whole lot since we've been in here. All right, let's just jump in here. So Terry or Lee, best decision time, we already read that one. Is Jim in parts unknown? Where you at, Jim? Daddy Kingslayer, who started for Giants? They needed a change. They're still starting Daniel Jones. Hopefully Steelers study how the Browns beat the Ravens. Listen, the Steelers, over the last 8 games, they're 7-1 against the Ravens. So that's one thing they have been. Now, they haven't played them with a Derrick Henry, but the Ravens' pass defense, their defensive backfield looks very suspect right now. Terry, our own line will be problematic. Dexter Lawrence is no joke. No, he's not. Hopefully Russ isn't hungry from Sierra beat it. Come on, man. Hungover. Come on. Frank, Steelers will be able to run on Giants. All right. Tommy DeVito needs to be on there. Oh, another. He sounds like Claudio. Tommy DeVito. All right, Daddy Kingslayer. Steelers 30 again. Go ahead. What'd you say?
He's right. Tommy DeVito.
Oh, gosh. Jason said Steelers put up 30 again. George Pickens will get over 100 yards. Calvin Austin will get over 100 yards. And Najee will get at least 125. Wow. Watch. All right, Terry. Cooper Kupp would be a great addition to the wide receiver room. He would be a current day Hines Ward. He's not going anywhere. He would be a great addition, but Cooper Kupp doesn't block. Come on, Terry. He'd be a great receiver, but he's not blocking anybody. That's for sure. But he would be a great addition. Too bad that's not something that's going to happen. Let's jump over to the Steelers D and see what your thoughts are. Claudio, why don't you go first this time? Steelers D versus the Giants offense. Who you have and why?
Steelers only giving up 14 points a game. Giants are 30th in the league in scoring. Okay, enough said. What I'm going to say for a Monday Night Football game, and let me reference this again. For me, he's a Hall of Famer, yes. He's Dave Kingman. Splash. He's not, in my opinion, he's not a consistent guy, but he's going to make the big plays, which is going to give him the headlines. He's a headline guy, which is terrific. And tonight's a headline game. Mm-hmm. I would say, and the Giants, Jones, I don't get it. I really don't get all the attention and money and all that for him. He's had, again, Clarence Hurdle said, former Pirate manager, you are who your baseball card says you are. He is who he is. Okay. The offensive line, they gave up a lot of sacks. The running game, Tyrone Tracy, he doesn't have any holes to hit. It's not a good offense. So, Kingslayer said about Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito can sling it and he can run. You need something crazy to happen. But Daboll is going to do the same old. Your job is on the line. Okay? Big time on the line. I say the hell with it. Go deep. Do some flea foot. Do something. Put Tommy DeVito in, not just because he's Italian, which helps a hell of a lot. Okay? But you've seen what Jones does, Luther. Why you keep putting him in? Again, DeVito open things up. He can maneuver, he can run, he's got a hell of an arm. Just like when he started the last exhibition game of the season for the Giants. 5 yards, 4 yards. Open it up. But they're not going to. This is and so back to the Steelers. If I'm the Steelers defensive coordinator, coaching staff, players, I'm having fun. I'm attacking. I'm going nuts. I'm doing all kind of stunts. I'm confusing Jacobs. Daniels, I'm sorry. I'm going to have a whole lot of fun. And then the place is going to erupt. Man, this is a perfect game for the Steelers to really cement their attitude for the year and really take a big jump. I mean, just go full blast and go back to the steel curtain, lumber and lightning, to borrow a Pirates phrase. Just go off tonight.
Okay. I like that. All right, Jim, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your thoughts, Steelers D versus Giants O before we get into this coaching and prediction stage.
Yeah, it's just amazing that Luther hates Najee Harris, but the knock a white player Fryer move, he'll elevate Najee Harris. They both deserve the contract. And I know Luther won't be happy till the NFL is all black. I would say this, Luther and Claudio, that listen, you guys are down. The Giants had a really good offense. They're probably gonna put up Neighbors is there's nobody on our team that can cover Neighbors. This is a very underrated offense. I think they'll put up 28 points today. So I gotta say the Steeler defense, the Giant offense, even.
My goodness, Jim. That was horrible, Jim. There's no way.
If a team puts up 28 points, I'm supposed to say the Steelers defense did a good job, Lou?
First of all, the Giants aren't putting up 28. We got Daniel Jones, who's a bust. He was a bust when he came out. He's had most of his years was terrible, except he had one decent year and parlayed that into $40 million a year. He's a horrible investment. He should be on the bench. There's no reason he should be playing. Put in DeVito, Danny DeVito, whoever. Anybody's better than Daniel Jones. They think he's an athlete. He can run. He can't see the field. He's not a leader. You talked about Justin Fields not being a leader. This guy's not a leader. Jim, stop that. And listen, I'm not impressed with Singletary, the running backs. Now, Neighbors, he's the real deal. If he had a decent quarterback, he wouldn't be getting knocked out with concussions all the time. He's laying them out to dry. Neighbors is back. He got to be careful. Daniel Jones will have him jumping. And Minka, we know Minka will knock you out. Deshaun Elliott, who's been a huge addition, will knock you out. I'm not sure Neighbors doesn't get knocked out. He's just coming back from a concussion. The way Daniel Jones throws the ball, he might get knocked out again with another concussion. I'm hoping he's going to be okay. Tua came through okay. He made it through and didn't get knocked out. So that was a plus. I still think he should retire. There's no way he should be allowed back on the field. But the Giants have a horrible offense. They have Neighbors. He's big time. Everybody else is C-level. Daniel Jones should be in arena football somewhere. He shouldn't be on the NFL roster. Very average at best quarterback. Easy. Steelers defense is going to destroy the Giants offense. I look for Daniel Jones to throw at least 2 picks to us today. Mika may get his first interception this game. Claudio, your thoughts?
But for the game,
did you do your Steelers offense versus Giants D or Steelers D versus Giants?
It's an attack and have fun. And Jones is who he is. Neighbors is big, but like you said, Luth, you'd have to have time and a quarterback that can hit him. So he's not going to be a factor. Tracy won't have any holes. Again, Steelers giving up 14 a game. Giants are 30th in the league in scoring. This is perfect for the Steelers defense to really just start a reputation of just attack and not just for this week, but down the road.
Okay. Smokin Jim, why don't you give your coaching advantage and game prediction? Because you know how you like to dip out. I don't know when you're leaving, when you're hitting the casino, what's going on with you, Smokin Jim. You still with us?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Daniel Jones, 68 career touchdown passes, 2,000 yards rushing, and another 13 touchdowns.
How many wins? How many wins? He averages 3-4 wins a year. Come on, Jim. You could bring up some stats.
Well, you act like he's a bum.
He is.
You act like he's a bum.
And he is. And he is.
I would say this. I would give the advantage with the head coach. I would give it to Mike Tomlin. I give the advantage to assistant coaches to the New York Giants.
Oh, God.
Maybe even the semi-pro New York Rams. I think this is I think Coach Tomlin's going to win Coach of the Year this year for the first time in his career. I think he's going to earn it and deserve it, unless you might have to give it to Andy Reid if they duplicate the 72 Dolphins and go undefeated. That'd be kind of hard not to give it to Andy again. But with that set aside, I think this is Coach Tomlin's year to win Coach of the Year. He's really earned it.
Yeah, I give the coaching advantage to Tomlin as well. Brian D-Ball, Jim always likes to talk about a coaching tree. He's another failed Bill Belichick assistant coach who became a head coach, and he's doing a terrible job. He's probably going to get fired at the end of the year, and once again, it's another failed assistant coach that went and took a head coaching job from Bill Belichick's offense. Jim likes to talk about the coaching tree. No, some guys are better as assistants, and everybody who left Bill Belichick's coaching tree has failed, Jim. So another losing argument for you, sir. I'm still waiting for you to find 3 solid coaching tree from Bill Belichick. So it's not about the coaching tree. You either have it or you don't. Bill Parcells had a coaching tree. Bill Belichick, not so much. So the advantage goes to Mike Tomlin for me. Claudio?
There's no doubt that the Steelers coaching staff is better. But what Debo has to do, again, his job's on the line. His career's on the line. He's going to have to turn it up. And he's going to have to convince his players, hey, I don't know what's going to happen with us the rest of the year, but you as individuals are playing for your careers. Chuck Knox used to tell his teams once in a while when they were out of the playoff race, he would say, who's going to run for the buses? Okay. In other words, can't wait till the game is over, run for the bus, go get your check. And he used to keep track of that. Okay. Debo's going to have to turn it up. He's going to have to tell these guys, hey, who's going to run for the buses? Because I ain't. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to do some crazy different things. I'm going to open up this offense. Are you, the players, going to turn it up? Maybe we're not going to win it as a team. Who knows? But as individuals, okay, you want to continue to play in the NFL. You want to continue to make millions of dollars. Let's see how hungry they are. So he's going to have to do some convincing. Can he do it? I don't know. You shouldn't have to, but sometimes you do have to. But obviously, you're going to have to give the advantage to the Steeler coaching. But again, Debo's going to have to pull something off.
All right. Lee, Steelers D will play like Pitt last game. Okay. Daniel Jones is garbage. Deshaun Elliott is a freak. Beanie Man is on the come up. D. Jones is the worst investment in sports. He sucks. All right, Jason. The Giants' only chance against Steelers D, it's Tommy DeVito. Come on, guys. He hasn't played all year, and you guys just anointing him the title. That's hilarious. Jim on that stuff again. All right, Frank. Mike T will not truly be appreciated until he's gone. I agree, Terry. Aaron Gill. Big Aaron's in the house. All right. Leave my guy Smokin Jim alone, man. You know he's always on that stuff. It's early for him. All right. Frank, Dayball is done. Thomas should have won Coach of the Year 2 years ago. Giants playing for a high draft pick. Steelers better not do a Ravens and choke. All right. Let's get these predictions before we get out of here. Claudio, your prediction on the game. Who wins and what's the final score?
Again, it should be relatively easy.
Ooh.
Never blame Tomlin ever for a letdown, ever. I always blame the players. But you know what? For some reason, if there's a letdown, I am going to blame the coaching staff and Tomlin. But I don't think there will be. Steelers 72, Giants 64.
All right. What's your real score, Claudio?
Pittsburgh 30, Giants 12.
Okay. See, I see it on Sports Corner. If you're not watching Sports Corner, make sure you watch it, listen to it. Saturdays 2 to 3, great show. It's the three of us along with Ralph Williams. I said 30-10. I'm going to stick with it. 30-10 is my score. I think the Steelers can, put something on there. The cheerleaders appreciate Tom. Come on, Lee. Terry, Steelers have won 21 straight Monday night football games at her home. 30-14 Steelers. Wow, 21 straight. That's impressive.
Giants, I think, are 1-13. Good point, Terry.
Yeah, that's a great point, Terry. Appreciate you pointing that out. I had 30-10 when I said it on Sports Court. I'm going to stick with it. Smokin Jim, what do you have for your final score before we get out of here?
I tell you what, man, we got the great Russell Wilson in the quarterback. I've never seen him lose a football game. I've seen a clock run out, but I've never seen him lose a football game. I'm going to say that if a curse organization like the Detroit Lions can score 52 points, Vince Lombardi used to always say every play is designed, if it runs correctly, to go for a touchdown. I believe the Steelers will score 52. I believe Daniel Jones will make believers out of some of you naysayers tonight and put up 28 on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So Pittsburgh 52, New York Giants 28.
Oh, gosh. All right. Frank Jackson says 42-10 Steelers. Lee says 13-7 Steelers. Jason Thomas 71-52 Smokin Jim voice, I guess he's trying to say. And Aaron 35-10. Yeah, Jim.
Luther, can I just say one thing before we go off here?
Sure.
And I know you guys don't believe we got number 2 receivers, and I think we got great ones. There's no number 2 receiver that can average 1 touchdown a game. That's 17 touchdowns. But each game, one of our number 2 guys will catch a touchdown. Last week was under Russell Wilson. Last week it was Vance Jefferson. This week it might be Vance again. It might be Kelvin Austin. It might be Scotty Miller. it won't be Roman Wilson, unfortunately. That's the difference. We got guys who are hungry at number 2. I like our number 2 position, and they're going to average a touchdown a game. That's something that no number 2 receiver has ever done in the history of the National Football League. So I like our number 2s.
Oh, Jim,
does that make sense, Lou? Lou, does that make sense?
No, it's not. It sounds like he has some narcotic, Jim. But before the show, Jim, Van Jefferson, he had 1 catch for a touchdown, gave it to his dad, but he's not a viable number 2. Calvin Austin has a lot of speed, but he hasn't proven that he could be a number 2. There's a reason that everybody wants us to get a receiver. These guys don't put fear in any defenses. George Pickens, yes. Van Jefferson, no. Calvin Austin, no. Scotty Miller, who I like, he doesn't put fear. Our number 2 is our tight end, Freiermuth, and as Claudio's been saying, big Darnell Washington's been making some catches and stiff arming guys and jumping over other guys. But we need another number 2 to put some fear. Maybe we can get I heard some rumors. Maybe even Tyler Boyd could come back. Maybe Darius Slayton, if we look on the other side of the Giants, maybe he becomes available. But I'm thinking it's more than likely we'll get somebody like a Mike Williams from the Jets. They were looking at him in the offseason. Has talent, but has a lot of injury issues. Got to upgrade that position because you're going to have to do that.
Why Tyler Boyd just cleaned up Clareton and quit trying to jump from team to team?
He went to one team, Jim. He went to one team, and he's having a stadium named after him.
And he's yet to clean up Clareton.
Oh, Jim. All right, Jim. Well, he's giving them a great stadium. The Tyler Boyd Stadium should be done pretty soon, Jim. Jim. That's why Smokin Jim is not allowed in Clareton. If he shows up again, get your black suit ready. If he's ever caught in Clareton. So, hey, that being said, guys, appreciate doing the show with you guys. I can't wait to get with you guys on Thursday so we could tackle Sports Corner with Ralph Williams. Another great show. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy the game tonight. Peace.
All right, guys.